Namaste and welcome to your practice. We'll start today in Child's Pose Balasana. You can comfortably keep your knees about hip width apart. Spill your torso over your thighs and relax your arms beside your legs and your head down. And breathe into the back of your ribs. Feel the compression at your hips. Your back broadening. Influence the broadening of your back by taking fuller breaths into the side of the ribs. Begin to stretch your arms forward. Fingertip walk the hands forward. Keeping the elbows off the mat. Make your hand into a cup shape so only the fingertips are pressing down. And this will help you stretch your shoulders. Relax the arms down. Relax here. The theme of today's class is coming from Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. It is sthira-sukham āsanam. Sthira-sukham āsanam. And it translates to a broad band of meaning. Its meaning is the balance of effort and ease. Only then is it truly an asana, a yoga posture, if it has this balance. Now, right now, at the level of your mind, find this relaxation without dullness of the mind. Your mind is still awake. Relaxation without dullness. The mind is alert without tension. Sthira-sukham āsanam. In every posture we find a balance of forces. With your eyes closed, look into Chitta Akasha, the closed eye space. Notice it's not blank. There's some sort of blotchy, pixelated scene. There is something to be seen. As you look into this field, pay attention to your whole body. The feeling of it resting in space. Now set your sankalpa, your personal resolve, 3 times. Begin to look forward. Forearm plank. Touch your palms together in a prayer, resting the pinky fingers on the mat. And bring your legs back. Press the forearms down. And connect to your feet. Hold it here. Feel the arches of your feet, the plantar stretch, as well as strength that's needed. Straighten your knees more. And try to poke the spine up, stretching the skin on your back. Press the elbows down to create more height in your forearms. This beginning posture will help to warm up our body. We're putting effort through our entire body, strengthening the muscles. Invite ease through the exhalation of your breath. Now that our muscles are a bit more warmed up, dolphin pose. Start to walk your feet in the direction of the elbows. Press harder into the forearms to push your weight back. Drop your head down. Point the tailbone up. Move your heels down. Open the angle of your armpits. Three more breaths here. On your fourth breath, bring your knees down. Keep your toes tucked under. And option 1 for this deeper plantar stretch is to keep your hands stepping forward and you're leaning into them. Option 2, more intense for the feet, bring your hands into namaskar. And close your eyes. Of those 2 options, pick one where you can sustain yourself. Breathing. And draw your attention into your feet. Survey your feet, your toes, toe knuckles. Each foot has 3 arches. All of them are working. This posture helps to bring our natural born balance of strength and flexibility in our feet. Relax your jaw. Count down in your mind 3 more breaths. fourth breath be an option 1. Point your toes back, sit on your heels in Vajrasana with your hands in Chin Mudra. And once you've settled in, put your awareness back at the feet. Our feet have specifically evolved to hold us in the uniquely human bipedal stance. And the architecture of our feet, the musculature, shows nature's unmatched ability to create feet that are able to reconcile and neutralize any of the opposing forces that we were walking over, trees that we were climbing, walking in water, on rocks or sand. But these amazing structures are massively over-engineered for the way that most use them in the civilized world. Stiff shoes and pavement have made our feet passive and inarticulate. We have lost that balance of strength and flexibility in our feet. Unfortunately, yoga postures are excellent ways to restore that balance of strength and flexibility in the arches of our feet and through our toes. As you move through today's class, you can pay attention to that. What is happening at your feet? How much are they working to sustain you in this practice? Now, with that said, come into downward facing dog. And let's just start at the feet. Settle into your down dog. Breathe a bit deeper. And from that fuller breath, resituate your stance. Try to lengthen in the side waist. Root your heels down. Point the sitting bones up. Scoop the belly in. Press the base of your fingers down. Left leg lifted up to the sky, and arch the left foot. Use the strength in your foot to create that ballerina foot. Let the right foot stretch by dropping the heel down. Look forward. Left foot step there. Right knee down and shoelaces down. If you're feeling a bit tight in the hips today, you can stay here in option 1. And option 2, bringing a side stretch along with the hip stretch. Option 2 is to make the left hand into the cup shape and bring the right arm up and over. Find a balance between rigidity and flexibility. The bones of the skeleton are rigid by their nature, but the muscles, ligaments, and tendons bring this movability, flexibility into the body. Let the architecture of your bones support the shape. And that flexibility drops you a little bit deeper into it. Certainly you should feel the muscles, the right hip flexor, the right ribs and sideways stretching. Reach with that right arm if you're in option 2. Look to the top of the mat. Start to bring the hands towards there. Right toes hook under. Exhale, downward facing dog. And to cleanse the palate, bringing equality to the right and left side. Come into plank. Bring your knees, chest, and chin down. Inhale into Cobra Bhujangasana. Pull your elbows towards the spine. Bring your shoulders away from the ears. Pull the heels together. Strong glutes. Strengthen your back here. Look down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Anjaneyasana, second side. Pull the right leg up. Bring curve into that right foot. Left heel, drop it down more. Straighten your elbows and push your weight back. Look forward. Right foot step forward. Bring the left knee down and the shoelaces of that foot down. Just take a moment to settle in and decide which option. If you're coming into option 2, right hand becomes like a cup. Left arm reach up. Reach that arm to your right. Close your eyes here. You know the shape now. Allow your pelvis to drop down. It's heavy. Relax that area. Do the opposite with your rib cage. Lift it up and be strong there. So you have this ease at your hips and this effort at your rib cage. It creates the opposing forces and balances this posture. Find a sustainable degree of intensity, one that you can stay for many breaths. To dissolve this posture, look to the front of the mat. Step your hands in the downward dog position. And slowly enter your down dog. When you arrive, breathe with awareness. Inhale yourself into a plank. Knees, chest, chin down. Inhale, cobra. Hold it here. Be super strong. Hook your toes under. Downward facing dog. Look to the top of the mat. Hop or walk between your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Scoop the belly in. Bring your hands to your hips. Strengthen your legs and your back. And slowly stand up. Take your hands into Namaskar. Close your eyes. Bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees deeply. Left foot. Step it back. And straighten both knees. Front foot points to 12 o'clock. Back foot points to 9 o'clock. Spread your arms wide apart like the wings. Slide the arms and the ribs forward. Feel the length in the side waist. Trikonasana triangle pose. Bring the right hand to the right shin and the left arm up to the sky. Scoop the belly in a bit without being overwrought. You should be able to feel a little bit more stretch in the left hip with that belly scoop. Lean the torso back a bit. If you can, close your eyes and sustain the balance. Keep your spine long. Feet, ground the inner arches down. Open your eyes. With a strong side waist, slowly come back up. Now take that back foot and point it to about the 10 or the 11 on the clock, and bend the front knee. So we're coming into this warrior one stance in the legs. Interlace your fingers behind you. Look at the front foot and just heel toe it once or twice to the right side. And start to lean your torso towards that front thigh. This is the humble warrior. Lift your arms up. If it's on offer, bring your torso down inside the leg. Keep lifting the arms up. Now come to a sustainable degree of intensity here. The legs stay strong to support the structure. The ease is from the breath. Notice that the mind is wandering away from this challenge. Bring it back and feel the sensations. Feel your feet, how they sustain this balance. Slowly come up, bringing your hands to your hips. Lift the back heel and bend both knees deeply. Look to the top of the mat and then step there. Hands to namaskar. Close your eyes. Sthira-sukham āsanam. Alertness without tension. Open your eyes. Second side. Bring your hands to your hips. Bend the knees deeply. The right foot steps back. You're making an equilateral triangle with your legs and the floor. Arms. Slide them and the ribs forward. Left hand to shin, right arm up. Pull the arms in opposite directions. Open the navel and the chest. And notice that this openness in your ribs comes from the willfulness of your feet, your ankles, your legs, and your core. That stability gives rise to an open and relaxed breath, space for your lungs. Close your eyes for these last few moments. Be strong in the side waist, strong in the feet. Bring the torso back up to vertical. And we'll transition to the next pose. The back foot is going to point to a 1 or 2 on the imaginary clock. Bend your left knee deeply. So you're just widening your stride a bit, getting the feeling that supports you. Opposite interlaced fingers. Humble warrior. Dive down and lift your arms up. And so we bring this opposite interlaced fingers because the brain will always choose to do the same thing every time. Sitting cross-legged with the same leg in front, interlacing the fingers the same way, grabbing something with the same hand, stepping forward or up with the same foot. And over time, this brings an unbalanced state to not only the body and the muscles and the joints, but also the brain. It's traversing the same pathway every time. So in this practice, we want to bring balance back. Whatever we do with the right, we do with the left. And we evoke the same quality of awareness in both sides, not just the dominant side. So you might deepen this a little bit more now. And try not to be heavy-handed. Develop a sensitive palate. Find your state of balance between effort and ease. strength to come up. Hands to hips. Bend that back knee deeply. Lift the right heel and step forward. Namaskarasana. Close your eyes. Each moment, you have an opportunity to connect with the now. Connect to your feet. The inner arches. Root them down a little bit more. And feel how that strengthens the inner line of your leg. Grow taller from there. Keep this awareness in your legs for Vrikshasana, the tree pose. I will be your mirror. Lean into the left leg and take the right foot into an option 1, option 2, or option 3. Sweep your arms up. Take them behind your back. They might come into a reverse prayer, or wherever they are, you could grab the wrists each other, but wherever they are, press them into your back, and that will help you stretch the shoulders. Take your elbows back and your shoulders back. Strengthen your left leg. Still your eyeballs by looking at one point. This will help you balance. Balance is not inherent in the human being. We learn to balance through trial and error in a part of our brain called the cerebellum. And that's how we learn how to stand and walk as a little baby. How many times does the baby fall before they get it right? You might have likened that to your postures. How many times do you need to do it to create those neural pathways in your cerebellum, and certainly other parts of the brain? Those neural pathways leading through the nerve pathways of your body, reaching all the muscles that need to get involved in holding this shape, entering the shape and exiting the shape with grace. And as we develop the cerebellum, that is when we get that coordination, balance, graceful, deliberate movement, like the ballerina. The balance comes from that trial and error. Slowly let your arms fall down. Then sweep them up, letting the shoulders breathe. Bring your hands into Namaskar. Bend the left knee and release to Namaskarasana. Close your eyes. Breathe into the joints of your knees and your ankles. Release your arms. Set up for the second side, Vrikshasana tree pose. Sweep your arms to the sky. Then down to your back. Keep the eyes still on one point. Strengthen your right leg. Relax your jaw. And in this practice, the sthira-sukham, you have a persistence, a sthiram, sort of strength of mind. And the sukham, an adaptability, an ease. So we're persistent to get on our mat. We have an unwavering commitment to come to our mat, our practice. But we make it adaptable. We allow ourselves to fine-tune each posture so that it suits our body and our mind that day. And with that balance of persistence and that allowance of adaptability, the practice nourishes us, and we stick with it our entire life. Slowly, arms fall down. Sweep them up and feel your shoulders. As you bring your hands down to prayer, lift the crown of your head up. Then release. Namaskar-āsanam. The standing series is over. Moment of gratitude towards the feet and our legs. Our hips. They allow us to do all these postures, to walk throughout our day, to climb stairs. And many can't say the same. Open your eyes. And lift your heels. Start to bend your knees. And slowly start sitting. You'll arrive hovering above your heels, balancing here. And notice how much your feet are working to sustain this balance. Relax your shoulders down. And pull your inner thighs together. Relax the jaw. It likes to tighten up as we focus. Look forward. Hands down. Downward facing dog. Slide forward into plank. Bring your feet a little bit further back. And now you're resting on the hands and the feet only. Upward facing dog. Start to drop your hips, but don't touch them to the mat. They're just hovering above. Make your legs and glutes super strong here. The whole body is strong in this back bend. Lift the base of your rib cage up. Get a well-distributed curve through your spine. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Inhale, plank. Upward facing dog. A strong back bend. The limbs are strong. Feel the arch of your spine. Exhale, down dog. Now last one. Slide forward plank. Upward facing dog. Open your throat. Exhale. Down dog. Knees down. Come to lie on your back. Be here for a few breaths. Feeling your heart beating after the back bending. Pull your knees towards your chest. Lift your chest towards your knees and get a good wrap of your arms around your legs. Rest your head down. And first, let the hips compress and settle into the stretch. Bring your cheeks towards your knees, strengthening the front of your neck, your chest, and your abs. Hold it here. Drop your head down. Open your hips up with happy baby pose. You can make peace sign with both hands and then let your legs fall apart. Get a good grip around the toes so your shoulders can relax. Now rock side to side a bit, opening up the hips. And then become still. Bring your legs up to the sky and your arms down. Your lower back will naturally arch. Use abdominal strength to flatten your lower back. Make your lower back, your whole back, a pancake on the mat. Go for strong abdominal wall. Go for it. Intensify it. Keep the back as a pancake. And slowly lower your legs. You're going to lower them all the way down to Shavasana. And once you reach that, corpse pose, Shavasana, relax. Let go. We had effort in our class. Shavasana is the time for surrender. Sthira-sukham āsanam. The stiram is the effort. The sukham is the surrender. And surrender to where you are in this moment. And let go of the notion of getting somewhere that you currently aren't. In Shavasana, we're not trying to feel any particular way. Just observe clearly and precisely the way the body and the breath actually feel. When you find that your attention has wandered, pay attention to the next out-breath and follow it. As you breathe out in empty, emptied. Use your breath as an anchor to keep bringing you back. Draw your legs together. Reach your arms to the sky. Sit up. And on an exhale, forward fold. Breathe in to sit up. Find your cross-legged seat and notice that you would habitually sit with one shin in front. Reverse that, so the opposite shin is in front. Balancing not only the legs and the hips, but the brain dominance. Bring your hands into Namaskar. Close your eyes. Breathe through your nose. You are just aware. In each moment, you have an opportunity to connect to the now, to your breath, bodily sensations, sounds, the scent of the atmosphere, and your visual field, whether the eyes are opened or closed. Connect to your experience. And as you go about the rest of your day, see if you can bring more sthira and sukham, that balance of effort and ease, alertness without tension, relaxation without dullness. We'll end today's class in the traditional way of sharing this piece with all things animate and inanimate. We'll chant the Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Shanti, 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 Hari Om. Thank you, everyone, for taking time to practice. Bring this piece into the rest of your day. Hari Om Tat Sat.